What is going on, everybody? It is ColossalKiwi here, and today I'm going to be bringing you the first episode of my Dying Light Top 5 series. So in this episode, we're obviously going to be taking a look at the top 5 coolest melee weapons in Dying Light. But before we jump straight into it, there are just a couple of things I wanted to point out. So first of all, these are just my opinions. So these are just the weapons that I personally think are the coolest in Dying Light. And secondly, I just wanted to point out that this list doesn't include weapon modifications, we're just looking at the bare weapons themselves. So now that that's out of the way, let's start the countdown. Starting off the list at number 5, we have the Emperor's Glow. Now at first this weapon may just look like some weird ceramic pumpkin on a stick, but its true form is actually unveiled when it meets the darkness. As you can see here, the weapon is actually covered in these glowing tribal markings, which actually seem to make out a face. Although now that I think about it, the face kind of makes it look more like a jack-o'-lantern, which makes it look more like a pumpkin. Coming in at number 4, we have the classic baseball bat. Now the baseball bat in Dying Light actually comes in many different forms, but my personal favourite is the neon pink baseball bat. Not only does it look cool, but the weapon itself is so much fun to use, especially since it's technically a one-handed weapon in the game, and the kaleidoscopic colours really are a nice change of pace from some of the less vibrant weapons in the game. Moving on to number 3, we have the heavy tribal axe. This weapon simply looks awesome, everything about it, from the way it glows in the dark to the colours and the markings on it. It really is a cool looking weapon, and it's one that I really like to throw. I don't know what it is, there's just something really satisfying about seeing this glowing weapon spinning through the air and then just landing in a demolisher's skull. That probably sounds quite concerning, but the bottom line is, this weapon looks really cool, and that is why it has earned the number 3 place on this list. Coming in at number 2, we have a weapon that has been highly praised ever since it was introduced to Dying Light in the hard mode patch, and that is the Dark Machete. Now it's abundantly clear the Dying Light community just loves the way the Dark Machete looks, and I do too. What's not to like about it? You've got the dangerous serrated edges, the acidic looking green glow, the markings which personally remind me of Call of Duty Zombies, which makes me love it even more, and just the way it glows in the dark, it just looks really, well, cool. Now before I reveal the number 1 spot on this list, I thought I'd give a quick honourable mention to the Korek V2 Machete. Now I'm sure all of you remember the Korek Machete, but not too long ago people actually found a way to acquire the Korek version 2 through a way of glitching out the game. Now unfortunately the glitch didn't actually work for me, but thanks to my friend SkorpionPlays, I was actually able to obtain this weapon and have a play around with it, and after doing so I think it deserves an honourable mention because it looks pretty damn cool. Now in the number 1 spot, we have a weapon which I've actually developed a bit of an addiction to since it really brings out the inner barbarian in me, and that is the Smack Hammer. Now many people may think that the Smack Hammer doesn't look like anything special, but I disagree. I love the old school barbarian look, I love the spikes, I love the way it looks when it's covered in blood, and one thing I've been doing with this weapon a lot lately is using it for stealth kills. There's something just so hilarious about sneaking up behind someone with a huge spiked hammer and just smacking them off a building. I love the way this weapon looks. It's awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you guys want to let me know what your top 5 coolest looking weapons in Dying Light are, feel free to leave a comment letting me know. And other than that, have a great day.